All right, y'all. The last stream, I don't know what happened, but it kind of cut off on me or whatever, and I don't know what it was exactly happening with that. But I'm back. Let's see here. I couldn't see any of my chats, so I do apologize. But once again, I'm going to try to see if I can get this thing going again, y'all. I apologize. This whole thing is new to me and changed a whole hell of a lot. So Faith is winging it. Don't know what the hell going on. But at any rate, I'm back. I'm going to start where I left off. Basically, I was at the beginning, guys. The video didn't last too long, but I was saying that Taz and Nyla, they actually put out a video that was really interesting on something that I didn't know before about Kobe and his rape case. I did not know before that Kobe had actually apologized to the rape victim or the lady that accused him of rape after he was convicted. And this is something that is pretty significant to me because I don't know of anyone who is completely innocent that has ever, after being let off the hook, basically, turned around and apologized to someone if they weren't actually guilty of what the person said that they did. So I went and I looked up the case, and it's interesting some of the things that Kobe was saying, in the apology statement. And I had the statement pulled up. I'm going to see if I can find it again for you guys. Kobe Bryant. Kobe apologizes to his accuser in rape case. That's what I think I typed in the last time. Yeah, I'm going to look it up and try to find that for you guys because there's a actual missed teaching moment, and we missed it because we kind of swept Kobe's apology under the rug. Hey, Love Wisdom, thank you so much for coming back. I am so sorry. Hey, I got to get back into the swing of this YouTube stuff. It has changed a lot, guys, an awful lot. But like I said, there was a missed teaching moment in this whole thing, and I wouldn't have known about it if it wasn't for Taz and Nyla bringing up his apology statement. And I'm going to see if I can bring it up too, because I pulled it up online and it was really interesting, some of the things that he said. Let me see. Painful apologies, sexual assault claim. And that's not exactly what I had actually looked up. Let me see if I can find it in Google search. Kobe apology statement to accuser. Sorry, guys. I had the whole thing up the last time. I was all prepared. It seems like every time I do these lives, something goes wrong and then I'm unprepared. So I apologize to you guys. I want to apologize to the young woman. Is this it? Yes, here it is from the Law Center. Okay, so here's the letter. And I'm going to dissect it for you guys, and I'm going to show you the areas where I think that there was a teaching moment that we could have actually built upon at the time that this actually happened, but we missed it because everybody is so busy idolizing this man that it was completely swept under the rug. But basically, to me, with the whole situation with this young lady, I didn't know if I had to listen to the people in social media. People were saying that this woman was a prostitute. I didn't find out until I actually pulled up the transcripts of the case. Because like I said, I don't follow sports. I don't follow Kobe. I'm not a swirler. I didn't care. So, to me, it was none of my business. Okay. But when I found out the facts of the case, the fact of the case is this young lady comes from a wealthy family. So for all the people talking about she was a hooker, she was a prostitute and all this other type of stuff, I had to just listen to social media. I would have just continued on thinking that Kobe was with some old trashy white hooker. And that wasn't the case at all. The young lady also had a job. She worked at the hotel. She gave Kobe a private viewing of whatever area he was trying to purchase. So this wasn't no rinky dink meth head or hooker or whatever, you guys were calling her on social media. This wasn't that at all. So, like I said, as I looked at the facts of the case and a lot of things unfolded in my mind, I began to look at this entire thing completely different. Now, here's the thing. This young lady wasn't saying that she did not consent to have sex with Kobe at all. When I was going over the facts of the case, that's not what happened at all. Both of them said that they were, ready to do the wild thing. Both of them were ready. But this lady objected to a particular sexual act. And that is what she was calling rape, guys. When you guys go in and you look at the facts of the case, this is what the young lady was talking about. Drake says he wasn't convicted, sister. The elites make these Negro apologize for things, whether guilty or not. Well, Drake, here's the thing. You can say that, but the type of apology that Kobe issued, this was from the heart. This was not, why would they make, first of all, if I'm a handler, if I'm your PR agent and the charges against my person just got dropped, why would I then make you apologize for something that you didn't do? That doesn't make any sense. Drake, you're not making any sense. Let me just go ahead and read the letter to you guys. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, he says, first, I want to apologize directly to the young woman involved in this incident. I want to apologize to her for my behavior that night and for the consequences she has had to suffer in the past year. Although this year has been incredibly difficult for me, personally, I can only imagine the pain that she has had to endure. Okay, and I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to break down what I think that means, because when I got to looking deeper into this case, I didn't know certain things wasn't supposed to get let out to the public, like her image was not supposed to be let out to the public, and her name was not supposed to be let out to the public. These were things that were leaked. And the young lady was 19 at the time. So she didn't want nobody, seeing who she was, what she looked like, or any of those things. Those were things that she wanted to be kept private. Another thing that got leaked to the public that might have resulted in the young lady even dropping the case altogether was the fact that she had sex with 2 or 3 other men in 3 days, during the time that she had sex with Kobe. And that right there is significant because, the defense, Kobe's attorney, is going to say, well, this woman is just going around having sex with everybody. She was just, open like this. She was consenting to just have sex with everyone. So, when these facts of the case got leaked out, and then you guys know how treacherous we can be with social media, these people were not letting up on her. She was probably every hoe, every hooker. And I know because I thought she was a hoe. I thought she was a hooker just listening to people on social media. But come to find out, none of it was true. And this lady was probably being, you guys were probably bashing the hell out of this young lady. And at 19, with all that social media pressure, she probably backed out of the case because she was too embarrassed to go forth with it any further. So Drake Ho, saying that he was convicted, just because he wasn't convicted doesn't mean he didn't do it. And by him apologizing after, he's all free and clear. What Black man, even if the charges were dropped, why would you turn around and apologize? You're free and clear. You can walk away, but he didn't do that. He didn't just walk away. He felt compelled to put out an apology. So I don't care who his handlers are. Even a handler wouldn't tell somebody who was just let off to apologize. And also, even his attorney said in the all 16 years of him being a defense attorney, nobody who was ever accused of rape, let alone let off, had ever, Drake, do you hear me? Ever apologized to the victim. No one ever apologized before Kobe did. Not in his experience, that is. So you saying that he wasn't convicted and that the elites made him apologize? I don't think anybody made Kobe apologize after he was let off the hook. I think Kobe's conscience made him apologize, okay, after he was let off the hook. I think that's what I think happened. Because it's just a lot, you know, to me that went on. Eminem says, right, his lawyer advised him to make that statement. That's how it works. She was a hoe. Kobe don't have to rape nobody, and you know that. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. Eminem, your statement right here, case in point. You're saying that the girl was a hoe. I believe that. A lot of people also said that the girl was a prostitute, and I also believe that because it was social media, the people on social media saying this. But when you get to the facts of the case, the girl was not a hoe and she was not a prostitute. She had a job and she comes from an elite family. Now, the only person that was a hoe in this situation was Kobe, because Kobe is the only person that was married. This girl is single. Now, that's the other thing. It's perfectly okay for 19-year-old men to be out here sowing their wild oats. 19-year-old men can sleep with 4 or 5 different girls in a 4 or 5 different day time period, and nobody would say that those young single men are hoes. Nobody. But Kobe's the hoe in this situation, while you guys want to use the hoe word. Mahogany, I'm back. It kicked me out, I guess. Yeah, it kicked me out too. So, you know. Pretty Patient says her being a hoe is irrelevant. They still get to say no. Exactly, Pretty Patience. Her being a hoe that has nothing to do with her consenting to having sex with Kobe. And here's the thing. They said that she slept with 2 or 3 other men besides Kobe. Now, from what I was looking at with the case, the girl even stated that she consented, you know, at first to having sex with Kobe, but the type of sex that Kobe was having with her is what she objected to. And that's what you guys are not getting. Okay, now, if she wants it in the front, okay, that's her. You know, maybe she's the type of girl that doesn't have a lot of rough, kinky sex. But Kobe wanted it to hit it from the back, okay? And when he did, she started crying and telling him to stop, and he didn't. Okay, so now if he did not stop, what do you guys call that? Anybody? If she says stop, I don't want it in that hole, that's rape. That's sodomy. Yes. So even if she slept with the whole football team, if she said stop, I don't want to do it, at that point where she says, hey, this is a no-go, it becomes rape if you keep going. And that's what Kobe did. He kept going in spite of her saying stop. No, I don't want to do it. So all of you sitting up here calling this woman a ho or whatever, you guys are wrong. Right, Pretty Patient. And it doesn't matter if they're even mid-sex. If she says no, you still have to stop. And this is the teaching moment that I think we missed with this whole case. I'll be right back, everybody. Give me just a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so what are you guys saying? Mahogany Roots and MG says, I think a lot of people don't know the details of the case, and I know I don't. That's why I never spoke on it. Right. And I never spoke on it either because not only did I not really know the details of the case, but I didn't really care. And, most of what I did know come from social media hearsay. Like I said, I thought that the girl was a prostitute based off of what social media was saying. I had no idea the girl worked at the hotel. I had no idea she came from a wealthy family. I had no idea that Kobe even apologized to the girl. But let's go to the second paragraph of the letter. He says, I also want to apologize to her parents and family members and to my family and friends and supporters and to the citizens of Eagle, Colorado. I also want to make it clear that I do not question the motives of this young woman. No money has been paid to this woman. She has agreed that this statement will not be used against me in the civil case. Although I truly believe this encounter between us was consensual, I recognize now that she did not and does not view this incident the same way that I did. After months of reviewing discovery, listening to her attorney, and even hearing her testify in person, I now understand how she sincerely feels that she did not consent to the encounter. I issue this statement today fully aware that while one part of this case ends today, another remains. I understand that the civil case against me will go forward. This part of the case will be decided by and between the parties directly involved in the incident and will no longer be a financial or emotional drain on the citizens of the state of Colorado. And that is the end of the statement. And I want to kind of focus in on when he said that he does not question her motives. Okay, so everybody was speculating that she only was pressing charges against Kobe to make money because it was a money grab for her. And even Kobe stated that not even he was questioning her motives. Okay, so something egregious happened with that case for him to make that statement. Something happened for him to say that he can see why, she didn't view the incident the same way that he did. And he also says that he understands how she sincerely feels that she didn't consent to the encounter. Because this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that when they both went into the encounter and they both were getting ready to do, they were both consenting. But when she did not consent to one part of the situation and he carried on with it, he thought it was still consensual when she at that point said, no, it's no longer consensual now because I'm not with this. She was not with the anal penetration, guys. And she's right. And because Kobe understood that he had done something wrong, he issued that apology. He did not. I want everyone to understand, especially the men. Kobe did not have to apologize to her after he was acquitted and after the charges were dropped. He shouldn't have had to apologize or do anything. As a matter of fact, he should have just went on to the civil case and not even made any statement. But he felt compelled to apologize. Why would he feel compelled to apologize, knowing, and this is the other thing, he even knew that he had a civil case after the criminal case. Now, you dodged a bullet with the criminal case, but you over here basically admitting to wrongdoing. Let's see what you guys are talking about here. Okay, it says Pookie Bear 97 says that's why you don't commit adultery. I agree, Pookie Bear. See, and that's just it. The only person who was a hoe in this situation was Kobe, because Kobe was the only person that was married in this situation. The young lady, the 19-year-old woman, even though she had slept with 2 or 3 other guys before Kobe, she's a single woman. She's a single woman, as you guys would say, the guys do, the guys that are out here just having sex, sowing their wild oats. Well, she was a single woman sowing her wild oats, okay? And she was the only person that had any business sowing their wild oats. Kobe did not have any business cheating on his wife. So if Kobe had not put himself in that situation, he would not have been in a position to be accused of anything. Eminem said her own friends was going to testify against her because she was bragging at a party about sleeping with Kobe, and that she was going to sue him to get some breast implants. Okay, well, that might be here or there, but to me, that's more social media hearsay. I can't believe what I read anymore on social media because I'm reading the facts of the case. And guess what? None of the social media stuff is in the facts of the case, by the way. Carl Thomas says most women are hoes today, regardless to how rich they are. It doesn't matter. The only person that was married during that time was Kobe. So he's the hoe in that situation. She was, as you men would say, sowing her wild oats, and she was single. She was the only person in that situation that had any right to be out sowing their wild oats. Mahogany Roots and MJ said, I did hear that he did it because of advisors. Could be, it could be. But my whole thing is, I don't think that he had to do anything. If I'm free and clear, I'm not going to issue an apology to anybody, and especially an apology that sounds like I'm confessing to something. And that's what his apology sounds like. Now, everybody's talking about what they heard, but I'm going by the evidence, and I'm going by what I'm actually seeing out there from the case. And it's not looking good to me, guys. Not looking good at all. There's evidence in the case where there's blood on Kobe's clothing and blood on her clothing. Everything is in alignment with what the young lady said. So I'm led to believe that Kobe apologized because he did something wrong. Let's see. Eminem said, if she, wait a minute. No, I don't know how these chats are going kind of fast here. Oh, if she didn't sneak into his room for sex, what did she go up there for? But that's the thing, Eminem. Both of them stated that it started out consensual, but one portion of it became unconsensual. And the moment that a woman says, hey, this ain't cool anymore, I want out, and you keep going, you won't stop after she said stop, hey, you're a rapist, fellas. That's the teaching moment that was missed. A lot of you are still arguing with me about this fact. The fact that she went up to the room, the fact that she started out consensual, even if she stated no in the middle of the act, is no longer consensual. And this is the teaching moment that was missed. This is the teaching moment that should have been blasted all over television. But instead, Kobe went on to live his life. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But this young lady, you know, she was dragged. She was made out to be some things that she wasn't, like a prostitute. Love Wisdom says, in other words, by apologizing, he's admitting his part in the situation. Our opinions afterwards don't matter. The apology is the smoking gun. Exactly, Love Wisdom. By the mere fact that he has apologized to the girl, he has basically admitted some sort of wrongdoing. And that is evident in the words in his statement, that he could see why she would think that is no longer consensual. And then looking at the evidence and looking at the testimony and what she said, she started out saying that it was consensual at first, but then she said it became unconsensual when he performed an act on her that she objected to, and he would not stop. So he's basically saying the same thing in his statement. He didn't think anything was wrong because it started out consensual, but that was his wrongdoing. That was his fault. Because something starts out consensual does not mean that it will continue to be consensual when the person no longer wants you there. When the person says stop, no means no. Even if it's in the middle of the act, you stop, you get up, you put on your clothes, you leave. It's over. If you continue after the person is saying, no, 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 stop, 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 you are a rapist. And that's what I want you guys to walk away from, especially the men. That's really what I want you guys to walk away from here, knowing. No means no. I know Kobe's your idol and everything, and him, being acquitted and all that. That's neither here nor there. Mahogany Roots and MJ says, love wisdom. He shouldn't have if he wasn't guilty. Exactly. He shouldn't have. To me, if I'm not guilty, I'm not apologizing for anything, especially if I'm free and clear. So I'm kind of thinking it's more his conscience that led him to do it. Pretty Patient says the thing is Kobe apologizing was a money. If he didn't, he would have lost a lot of money and possibly his career. Money move. I don't know. Like I said, that's all speculation. There's nothing, supporting any of that speculation. Like I said, I'm not listening to media speculation from people anymore, because what ends up happening is I went years thinking that this young lady was a prostitute, and come to find out she had a job working at the hotel. She comes from a very prominent and rich family. And the young lady never said that it didn't start off consensual. The young lady even stated that it started off consensual, but then she didn't consent after a certain act was brought upon her. So, the looking at the facts of the case, looking at what the lady said, and then looking at the apology statement, all of that is lining up with what the young lady is saying. So no matter what you all are speculating, I'm looking at the facts. Princess Rescuer says you shouldn't be having extramarital affairs, consensual or not. Exactly. And that's the other thing. Like I said, everybody wants to call this young lady a hoe and tarnish her reputation. And she had to go for many, many years. I think she's in her late 30s now. Many years, people thinking that she's a prostitute and a hoe. And this is just a single young lady out sowing her wild oats. And she had every right to, because she's single. But Kobe wasn't single, and nobody's calling him a adulterer. Nobody's saying he's a hoe. But you guys dragged this young woman through the mud. And by the way, she probably wasn't the only woman Kobe was sleeping with. I've heard that Kobe have had many, many, many affairs on his wife, to the point where she was getting fed up and getting ready to leave him. But nobody's saying that Kobe's a hoe. This is the double standard. But what I do like is, I do like the fact that Kobe found it in his heart to apologize to the young woman. And this was a teaching moment that we should have all taken and we should have learned from. Because I think that even though I don't believe that Kobe should have gone to jail for that encounter, because like the lady said, it started out consensual. I don't think that Kobe should have done jail time for it. And I'm glad that the criminal case was dropped. But I do believe that this woman's reputation being smeared, her name being dragged out in the media, and people calling her a prostitute and all of this other stuff, that probably did take her through a horrible ordeal during that entire journey. I don't think that she deserved that, guys. A victim is a victim. Just because someone sleeps with a bunch of people does not mean that she becomes the property of anyone that wants to have sex with her. And I'm afraid that this is what society thinks of women who like to, have recreational sex. Society does not view women who have recreational sex the same way as they view men who have recreational sex. The woman is all kinds of dirt bags and everything else, but you men can't wait to put your penis in these so-called dirt bag women that you like to ground into the ground. You can't wait to stick your penis in them, but they so filthy and dirty. Eminem says, Nobody's saying that Kobe should have been sleeping with the woman. People are arguing that he didn't rape her. Okay, well, be that as it may, he was not convicted. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. But also, I'm not going to ignore Kobe's apology statement to this woman, which is basically an admission that something happened. And then I go back to the Gayle interview with Lisa Leslie. Do you guys remember when Lisa Leslie said, I'm not saying that something didn't happen, but I'm saying that perhaps that something was consensual? Even Lisa Leslie is saying that something might have happened. And she doesn't know. Go back and listen to that Oprah and Lisa Leslie interview. She even said that. So I think that Lisa Leslie knows more than what she was letting on. I do believe that it all started out consensual, and then it took a wrong turn somewhere when somebody hit the wrong hole and somebody wanted them to stop and they wouldn't. And that is rape. So for those arguing that he didn't rape her, any moment in time during intercourse where the woman is uncomfortable and she wants you to stop and you don't, it is rape. It's rape. And the mere fact that people are still arguing that point today lets me know that there was a teaching moment in that case that really, really needed to be touched upon. But because Kobe was who he was, nobody wanted to really touch upon it because of the idol worship of our celebrities. People were so busy, wanting to just not believe that Kobe was capable of such a thing because he's such a great player. And he went on to do great things. He broke many records. And during that time, Kobe and his wife had not had any children. So Kobe didn't have any daughters during that time. He himself was young. I believe Kobe was only 24 years old at the time. So, for him to apologize, I think that was really big of Kobe to do that. And I think that in and of itself was also a teaching moment, because just because you do something wrong does not mean that you have to continue to be wrong. I think when Kobe realized what he had done, I think that he decided to go ahead and issue that apology. Now, it could be like the rest of you are saying, a public relation matter where his handlers were telling him to apologize. But I just don't see it, given the fact that he was pretty much free and clear and let off the hook. Kobe went on to be a good basketball player. He went on to be a good father to his daughters. As a matter of fact, he died being a good father to his daughter because he was going to see his daughter play in one of her games. And I don't know what his marriage life was like. I don't know if he was still cheating on his wife or whatever, but they were still together. So, it's not like, Kobe did not have some really good things to contribute to the rest of the world. He did make many charitable donations to different charities. He did a lot of good things in his life. So nobody is saying that Kobe is a total scumbag. Okay, and him apologizing to that woman attributes to that. The same way that when Snoop apologized to Gayle. I'm just glad that Snoop realized what he did wrong and he made it right. I mean, what is wrong with people realizing that people can look at their actions and say, you know what, that was really fucked up on my behalf. I owe this person an apology. That was also a teaching moment that we could have used. Because, nowadays, nobody wants to admit that they're wrong about anything. People do not want to say that they're sorry about anything. So, I look at Kobe's apology to that young woman as growth on his behalf. Because like I said, he was 24. Him and his wife had no children. He was acquitted. The charges was dropped. There was no reason for him to have to apologize, but he did. And I think it was big of him to do so. Now, I'm not saying he was right for not stopping when the young lady wanted him to stop. He was wrong for that, guys. He was wrong. But him realizing that he was wrong, that to me was huge. And that's a good teaching moment. You know, it's nothing wrong with going back to a person that you have wronged and making it right. And I think that's what went on in that civil case. Now, the civil case was settled out of court. The civil case didn't even go to court. And they settled out of court for an undisclosed amount of money. They said that the state of Colorado could award up to $2.5 million. And people are speculating that she might have got up to that amount. But Kobe made the decision with her and her attorney that he was going to pay the lady and that he was going to apologize. And I think that he did the right thing. And he went on to live a life as a good father. I know that he would not want his daughter to be in a situation like that after he actually had daughters. So I think that what Kobe did in that situation was the right thing. It was the right thing to apologize. It was the right thing to make amends. Let me see. Ronnie Patton, what are you saying here? Facts. Victim said Kobe choked her. The hospital recorded bruises on her throat. She let him kiss her, but said no when he suddenly took his pants off. The hospital said her vagina had tears. And see, that's forceful. You know, when there's tears in the vagina, that's forceful. LAR, don't you come up in here with no shade. Don't be bringing your little shady behind up in here, LAR. Right, Ronnie. Kobe's t-shirt had blood on it too. And that's what I'm saying. You know, to me, when you have evidence, and this is what I was looking at as well. I was looking at the evidence in the case. You got tearing in the vagina. That's not good. You got blood on Kobe's t-shirt. You got blood on her clothes. Okay. Even if she has slept with 2 other people before Kobe, okay, is she the type of person that's just bleeding every time somebody has sex with her? Or did Kobe rape her? Because to me, it sounds like Kobe raped her, especially with the bruising around the neck, the tearing in the vagina, the blood on both of their clothes. The evidence is damning. So even if it had gone to trial, and I think the only reason that it didn't go to trial was because of the girl being embarrassed that her name and her image got leaked out to the press, and that the other information from the case was leaked out about her having sex with other people before Kobe. So if it had never happened, I do believe that Kobe probably would have done some jail time, guys, because the law is the law. Even if a woman consents to Bob, even if the woman consents to LAR or Water Sniper, if she says that O'Shea can't have it, then guess what? O'Shea's in trouble. Or Fantastic's in trouble. Or whoever she didn't want is in trouble. No means no, guys. Okay, you guys are having internal conflicts, I see. Ronnie Patton hates black men and promotes swirling. So what do you expect? You guys, I swear, the internal conflicts. Here you guys go. Thank you, Ronnie Patton. Thank you so much. No, I'm not going to evict Water Sniper. Water Sniper likes black women, and he promotes black women on his channel on a regular basis. And he's pretty cute. If you haven't seen Water Sniper's channel, go by and check him out. Yeah, he's a cute half-breed or light-skinned black guy. I don't know, Water Sniper. You asked me in the last video what I thought about you. LAR says no doesn't mean no if you say yes first, then no in the middle. What? God. LAR, what did you just hold on? Let me read this statement again. No doesn't mean no if you say yes first, then no in the middle. Okay, all right, LAR. See, this is why I said that this was a teaching moment. Yeah, LAR, the shade is back. Uh-huh. No, LAR, if you do that, if she says yes at first and then she says no, stop, and you keep going, that is rape. It's rape, LAR. Don't do it. Don't do it, LAR. You're going to be in jail. Oh, wow. Yeah, right, Ronnie Patterson. Kobe did grow and he did change from that point forward. He apologized as part of the civil settlement. Right. And I think that it did. It showed a lot of growth on his behalf. Even if someone did tell him to issue that apology, the apology was very necessary, because if he did what this young lady said he did, and he kind of admitted it in his apology that something wrong did occur, then he did need to apologize to that young woman. And yeah, he went on to not even do anything like that ever again. So it shows that he learned from that situation, and we should learn from that situation too. All right, Miss Ebony says that statement right there proves that a lot of men feel like it's okay to rape a woman. I don't think LAR is serious. I've been to LAR's channel. I don't think he was serious. I think LAR is trolling, guys. LAR says, seriously, I mean, if you stop when she says no in the middle. Right, it's not rape if you stop if she says no in the middle. Now, if she says stop and you stop, no, it's not rape. But if she says stop and you keep going, that's rape. She had one other semen sample in her panties, not her vagina. Okay, I didn't see that in any of the case files, so I would have to go back and read it. White women been doing this stuff for years to black men, and you, this sister. What? I don't get that statement. I would have to read that again. Okay, she said, okay, Ronnie Patterson says she put on dirty underwear that day. People do that all the time. No, I'm not putting on. Now, if it's a whole nother day, Ronnie, I'm not putting on no underwear I had on yesterday. I can show you my underwear drawer. I got clean underwear in my underwear drawer, okay? So why would I put on the dirty panties from last, no. The Rollo Show channel. What's up, Rollo? Miss Ebony says, I have heard men say that's why. Yeah, no, LAR is trolling. No, don't pay LAR no attention. LAR is a gentleman, I'm telling you. Now, if you say stop, I believe LAR would stop. I don't think he would keep going. The Rollo Show says guys must sign a consensual paper so it would be no misconception. Even if you sign a paper to consent, if the woman says no in the middle, guess what? That paper don't mean anything. No means no, and the law is the law. You're not going to get away from the law because you sign a paper. Come on, guys. Let's learn from the Kobe situation. You guys wanted to be what you wanted to be, and it is what it is. Hey, if a woman says no, you got to honor it. Right, LAR. LAR said he's not going to keep going. Right on. That's what I'm talking about. Water Cipher says, let's be real. Who actually stops at a drop of a dime at first? You may keep going until you hear stop again and ask, what happened? Are you okay? Well, okay, point blank. I don't want any gray areas here, guys. Okay. When a woman says stop, I don't care how good it feels. You're just gonna have to roll yourself off if you have to. Roll off. Just get the hell out of there. If she says no, no means no. There ain't no feeling good or asking if you really mean it. Just stop. E-Cop said folks ain't going to learn a damn thing. They like screwing too much. Kate said no, he choked her and wouldn't let her out of the room. Wow. Well, I don't know about that. She did say that he made her go wash her face, and I thought that was pretty strange. Kobe bent her over. Yeah, I saw that part where he bent her over the chair and entered her from behind. And that is the action that she didn't want, guys, okay? LAR said, okay, if a woman says stop and you stop, then she says she was raped. What then? Well, I mean, if she says stop and you stop and she says she was raped, then, she would have to prove that she was raped. Okay. Because, that's a good question, LAR. Yeah. But I mean, you would just have to, she would have to just prove it. Okay. I'm hoping that you wouldn't have done anything further to, tear her open or anything like that. But if she says stop, you guys just got to stop. All these other scenarios don't mean anything. If the woman says stop, no means no. I don't care if it's in the middle, throw yourselves off. You got to stop. You just got to stop. Rollo said, woman changed her mind. I will record it as well. You know what? That might not be a bad idea. You got to cover your behind. If she says stop and you stop, record like, hey, guys, I'm on the video. She said stop. I'm recording that I stopped. So she let her the rug. They even swept Kobe's apology to the young woman under the rug. And Kobe went on to just live his life while everybody walked around still believing that this woman was a prostitute. I know I did. I took to this very day, if Taz had never went on his channel and posted that letter, I would not have looked into this case. And I wouldn't have known that the young lady actually had a job and came from a prominent family. I wouldn't have known any of that. I would have just kept thinking that she was a hoe and a prostitute and everything else. LAR says they don't drop rape cases with black men without a valid reason. Remember Nate Parker? Well, on his internet, I don't want to be no funky dog hair bitches. No, but I hear you, LAR, because they don't. It's real hard for black men to come out from under something like that. But a lot of black men, like I say, even Kobe Bryant's attorney stated that Kobe was the first client that he had ever had to apologize in the 16 years that he's been a defense attorney. So that should tell you something. He's saying that nobody has ever apologized after being acquitted. So that's pretty huge to me. The Rollo Self says cameras help a lot. That's when she asks why you got a camera. I let her know. Rollo, do you like to tape your sex acts, Rollo? Because that's what it's sounding like. It sounded like you tape your stuff. Water Sniper says you can get set up just because she speak the word stop. You get up and leave, then she can come back and lie and say the word stop came out my mouth, didn't it? Well, Water Sniper, you guys are missing the point. See, this whole teaching moment thing is not going too well because you guys just want to hold on to your excuses. There's no excuse. No means no. It is not right to keep going if someone says no. Okay? Do like our Rollo Show channel says and grab your camera and record yourself pulling your pants up and leaving. But if whatever you got to do, if she says no, you got to stop. Point blank, period. And that is the learning lesson that we didn't get the first time around. And I just felt the need to come on here and go over that again, because apparently we need that. God, come on, guys. Really? Is it that hard for you guys? Say it ain't so. But at any rate, I'm going to jump off of here because I'm going to go on a date. I'm all dressed up. I got to redo my lipstick. And if it gets too hot and heavy and I say no, he better stop. But at any rate, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Matter of fact, that's my guy calling right now. Can I? Oh, swipe up to answer. Hey, what's up, babe? Nothing. I'm about to end the live and I'm about to see you in a few minutes. All right. Water Sniper says, no, I understand. I'm just saying women will start abusing the word stop. No, they're not. I don't think they are. If he says stop, I'm not going to keep going, LAR. I don't want a rape case against me. No means no. I learned the lesson from Kobe. I picked up on that learning lesson. All right, guys. No, seriously, I got to go. But it was fun hanging out with you guys. I don't know. I might do another live sometime in the near future. I think I'm starting to get back into the swing of things. So much has changed on YouTube. I can't believe it. But thank you guys for coming out and supporting me. Rallo Show, Water Sniper, LAR, all you guys. You guys are always here for me, and I really appreciate all of you. But let me go ahead and get my makeup refreshing and get up out of here, you guys. It was good talking to you guys again, and I'm ending the stream. This is Faith Jones coming at you once again with another one of my videos. Like, share, see you in the next one. Have a good one.